Typically, I like doing a 2-box nickel hunt as part of this nickel hunt and album fill series, but it's been really tough lately getting circulated nickel boxes, as this week again, 4 of the 5 boxes I picked up were uncirculated 2021 Denver nickels. So that being said, we've got to have our fingers crossed that box number 93 of episode 57 is a lucky box. Hey everyone, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and welcome back to my channel. As a reminder, if you've not watched the first 56 episodes of this nickel hunt and album fill series, I would ask that you kindly consider clicking on the link both down below in the video description as well as pinned up here. That way you can get caught up before spoiling the progress made on the album. Now, I've said this same intro several times over the last several episodes, mainly because a lot of you know exactly where we're at on this hunt, and some of you might be new to the channel, and I'd hate for you to spoil what we've already done or accomplished through the first 56 boxes. Now, all of you who have been caught up know we are hard stuck on the last nickel for the series, the 1950D key date nickel. Now, some of you have asked if I could use one in trade. No, I have a slabbed PCGS one as well as a loose one, and I have found 2 or 3 of these in all of my hunts, so I do have this nickel. But since we started this hunt and fill series, I have not found it. It's the only one we have left to find. Now, of course, when I do my nickel hunts, we're always wanting to find more silver, buffalo nickels, any varieties, better dates, key dates. It doesn't really matter. The fun of the hunt is just as fun as finding the last nickel. But that being said, I hope we can find this last nickel eventually. And I was wondering if we'd get it by box 100, and this is box 93. Now, as I do the hunt, I will be looking for upgrades because I could use some upgrades. But in all honesty, there's a lot of mint state nickels of all years in this album, including some of the better dates as well as some of the war nickels. All right, that's a lot of talking. I wanted to get everyone caught up. You guys know the drill. We're gonna pop the top of this box. We're gonna see if we have any enders, and we're gonna begin the hunt. Now, I do know that this is circulated nickels because I can tell from the holes in the bottom, and I saw that we had circulated nickels. Let me bring this forward. We'll do a live opening and see if we have any goodies showing on top. Before I open the box, I wanted to make a quick reminder that if you're somebody who's watching my videos and you enjoy the content I put out, to please consider subscribing to the channel, because as it stands now, for the last 28 days, 46% of the people who view my videos are currently not subscribed. Anyway, just wanted to point that out in case you're finding yourself watching and you haven't tapped that subscribe button yet. All right, we got a little bit of a rainstorm outside, which I do like having while I hunt my boxes. So hopefully the rain outside will make it rain inside, if you know what I mean. All right, here we go. Pop the top, and we've got some uglies, which I do like seeing, but I don't see any fancy schmancy enders. No buffaloes, no silver war nickels sticking out. But hey, that's only half the enders because we got the other half down below. All right, let's push this back. Let's begin the hunt, and hopefully we'll see you sooner rather than later. Our first find of this 1-box hunt is going to come in roll number 2, and it's a 1941 Jefferson nickel, not in the best shape, minted from Philly. Same roll, and we're going to have a 1955 nickel, minted in Denver, so we can check it for that 55D over S, which I don't see. And as a reminder, because it's a 1-box hunt, I will be showing all of the 50s finds and earlier. Roll number 3, and we have a pretty nice 1952 nickel here. Hopefully it'll be an upgrader because that's in pretty good shape. 1952 Denver. We'll take that all day. Roll number 4, another find. I think it's a 58. It is a 58 Denver. And while I have you here, this one might be another oldie. See if there's a mint mark on the back first. There is a Denver, so it's going to be 1964 or earlier. And it's going to be a 1948 Denver. We'll take that as well. 5 finds, 4 rolls. Roll number 5 had an old ender, but I couldn't see the date because it was reverse showing. Now I can see the date. It's a 1947 Denver. Roll number 14 also had an old ender that I couldn't see because it was reverse facing, But I'll bring in now, it's a pretty beat up 1940. I figured it was old by the reverse, but wanted to make sure when I got to it. We'll take it. 4th from the 40s to go along with 3 from the 50s. Roll number 17, and we are 1 year off the nickel we needed. 1951. And it's a Denver. 1951D, not the 50D. Roll 19, another 50s find, but it's a 1959 Denver. Roll 21, another 1958 Jefferson nickel from Denver again. Roll 23 is going to have another old ender, or at least looks old, but it's a Canadian ender. Let's see what year that Canadian ender is. Our first foreign coin will come from Canada. It will be an N coin, and it's going to be a 1988 with a beaver and Queen Elizabeth II on it. Roll 27. First nickel found from 1954. 1954 Denver. Roll number 33, and the box is toying with us, keeping us close to the one we need. But here's another 1952, and this time 52 Philadelphia. Roll 34, a 1954, minted in Denver as well. Roll 35 is going to give us 2 finds. Just picked it up and saw it was a 1946 Philadelphia, and I can see right here we've got a 1956 as well from Philadelphia as well. Roll 36, and we have our 3rd nickel from 1954. Pretty nice one too. And it's also a 54 Denver. Roll 37, another nickel from 1947. And it is from Philadelphia. Roll 38, another nickel from 1941. Philly. Roll number 42. Another 1940 nickel. Pretty dirty. From Philadelphia. Roll 45 is going to provide us with another 1940 nickel. And again, not in the best shape. And I can't see if that's a San Francisco or a Denver. But now I can see it's a San Francisco. 1940 S. Roll 47, and I think a handful of our last finds have all been from 1940, because we've got another one, and that's a 40 Philadelphia. Roll number 48, and we have our oldest Jefferson nickel of the hunt. A 2nd year, 1939. If there's a mint mark, it's a key date. There's no mint mark. So it's a 39p, where we can check it for that DDR. And you'd see it clearly on the E's and 5 cents, as well as the letters in Monticello. So we're not going to have a DDR, and we're not going to have a key date. Just a 39p, but always nice to see one. Well, that's going to do for that nickel box, guys. And yet again, no 1950D. But this time, also no Buffalo nickels and no war nickels made from silver. We did get 11 in the 50s, 10 in the 40s, 1 in the 30s, and 1 Canadian nickel, for a total of 23 finds, which is actually in that 20 to 25 range that I like. Unfortunately, no better dates and none of the things we really needed. But we do have to check the album to see if we have any upgrades. Let me do that and I'll bring you back. Well, I've combed through the finds and unfortunately, no upgrades. I'll tell you, this 52 Denver, which is pretty nice, was actually very close to being upgraded and probably could be. But I mean, it's just so close. And at the end of the day, I don't want to pop that one out and loosen the slot for it. Not when it's just barely better. Either way, we'll add it to my collection and my rolls, and the hunt continues. No silver, no buffaloes, no 50D, no upgrades, but still a fun box with 23 finds. Hopefully you're still enjoying this Nickel Hunt and Album Fill series, despite how tough it's getting and how hard it's getting just to even have any upgrades lately. If you are, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting and thanks for watching.